Minecraft. We all know about Minecraft. It's the cute little game with the blocks that we have all grown to love over the years. So today, I'm going to try to recreate it to the best of my abilities in 2D. I'm basically mixing Minecraft with Terraria. Okay, so what I want to do is see how good of a Minecraft ripoff I can make. How hard can it be? Most people who have taken on this daunting task have given themselves a time limit. Now I didn't do that, which means I basically have an infinite amount of time to finish it. Now, there are a lot of people that have done this, but what sets my attempt apart is that I'm not trying to make a traditional knockoff. I'm making Minecraft. Also, I have multiplayer. So let's do this. I started by making some ground to walk on and a player to control. Then I made some terrain to test all the features being made. Right now, it's basically a walking simulator, so let's change that. I did some little righty-redos in the code and now blocks can be broken. Then I made it so you can place blocks, tweaked it a bit, and bada bing bada boom, a dirt hut. I also added stone since we need more than just grass and dirt. I felt like I couldn't go to sleep without having accomplished something better than this, so I needed to make an inventory. Now, I have never made an inventory before, so I turned to ClickTeam's version of Brackeys, Almighty Centaco. If you make games with Unity and need help, you turn to Brackeys tutorials. But if you're using ClickTeam, you turn to Almighty Centaco. Thank you for making my life so much easier. I followed his tutorial on how to make an inventory and within half an hour I had it working. And with all that done just over 3.5 hours, I felt pretty happy with myself. But oh boy, were things going to get crazy. The next day I made a Trello, which I barely used, but hey, it's a nice thing to have. I also added some new blocks like oak planks and oak logs, and bada bing bada boom, a somewhat decent house? Never mind, it's shit. Yeah, if you haven't noticed already, I'm not very good at building. The fact that there's limited variety in blocks doesn't help either. So back to work it was. I wanted to do at least something of importance on the second day, so I made leaves. Some very sexy leaves, if you ask me. At first they were grey, but then they were green. Because I made them green. I also made it so blocks could be placed on 2 different layers, so now you can put them as walls in the background to make your house complete. It was then time to fix some problems with my inventory system. Before, you couldn't stack items, but I wanted to change that. So I did. I made a value so that every time you break a block, that value goes up. And if you have more than one of that value, instead of the game destroying the item in your inventory, it just takes one away from the value when you place it. Which seemed to work perfectly. And after that, I made what I believe to be the most crucial part of any game in existence. Sand. This is the first of 2 physics blocks I made. I also made gravel, but that wasn't as cool. This was also the day I tried my luck at crafting, and oh boy did I have problems with crafting. I immediately knew I wasn't going to be able to do the 3x3 crafting seen in Minecraft, so I turned to a more simpler approach. Buttons that craft things when you press on them. Very original. It took some fiddling, but I got it working. There's not really anything interesting to say about it. The next few days were spent adding new blocks, which really isn't very interesting. But you might notice one thing that I've been avoiding for this whole project, which is a key function of Minecraft: terrain generation. I was avoiding it for as long as I could because I thought it was going to be hard, until I stumbled upon this fine gentleman called NTSC 270, who had made his own sort of Minecraft clone. And he had terrain generation. He has since privated the video, but I sent a comment saying, "Hey, you got an example file?" And he was like, "Yeah, here you go." And I was like, "Thanks." And that's the end of that story. Either way, I got terrain generation working, which was much easier than I thought it would be. With all that done in like 5 days, I was feeling pretty happy with myself. But then it all slowed down. I kept working on the game, but things weren't moving along quickly enough. I was at a point where adding more blocks wasn't necessary because there was nothing fun to do. So I decided to make it fun by adding multiplayer. It was a goal I had set for myself at the beginning of the project, and I was going to pull through with it no matter what. But before I did that, I wanted to improve on the character a bit. Up until now, it had just been the standard sprite for an active object. But this is Minecraft, so of course I need Steve. So, I spent a full math lesson making Steve 2D. I mean, I spent some of my free time during math class. Either way, it was much easier than I thought it would be, because I could just rotate the pixels and it actually looked kinda good. And after that, there was just one final thing to do. More like 6 things, but whatever. And that's render distance. Because the worlds are large, we obviously don't want 20,000 objects. So what we want to do instead is simply to save everything, remove it, and then create the objects near the player. But how do we do that? Well, let me tell you about a little thing called arrays. Now, arrays is not something I normally use, so I couldn't explain it to you even if I wanted to. But from my understanding, you save a value to a position, and that's literally it. And let me tell you, this little sucker took well over 2 weeks for me to understand in the slightest. So here it is, all of my attempts of getting terrain saving and loading in a quick time lapse. But I got it working in the end, so it all went fine. And just to demonstrate that it works, I played around with it for a bit. The world starts generating, and then when it's all done, it's done. Holy fuck, my computer is making noise. Okay, and you can pick this up, and then you craft some planks, and when you have planks, you craft a crafting table, and when you have a crafting table, you place it down. And if you're close to the crafting table, you can craft a diamond block if you have diamonds, but I don't have diamonds, so I'm not going to craft a diamond block. I have a bunch of fucking planks now. Wait, and then I might have to fix that. Beautiful. But is it safe to dig straight down? No. So, does it work in multiplayer? No. Okay, different approach. I made a flat world that works in multiplayer. I also made the flat world be creative with infinite resources, so that you can build anything you desire. Bev. Tu nombre es Bev. Okej, ska vi bygga något?
Fast det här är en flat world, det är lite tråkigt.
Ja. Jag har inte fixat andra än. Det här ser inte ut som en så här. Vad tycker du det här ser ut som?
Som ett försök på en sån här trading-grej med
det är rätt. Men det är ett dåligt försök. Jag kan göra så att jag aldrig kommer komma hit. Försök ta dig hit nu då. Sådär. Ja, du kunde bara klippa igenom.
Ja, det kunde jag ju.
Very beautiful. Podsol. Det går inte att placera podsol eller så frös spelet. Jag tror det andra, ja. Definitivt det andra. Kan du gå runt? Nej, mitt spel kraschar.
Inte mitt.
So, the project is officially complete. I might come back to it to make another video. I will most definitely make multiplayer functional in the survival mode, and I might add some more crafting recipes alongside new features. Let me know if you want something added to the game, and I might add it. This game will not be downloadable for obvious reasons, but if you are a content creator, which I doubt many content creators will see this video, but either way, if you are a content creator and would like to try the game, hit me up anywhere. That's all for this video, take care and I'll see you in the next one.